Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the channel. Monica Love here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing a reading from September 27th to October 3rd. This is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. So Aquarius, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so Aquarius, your challenge here is the Three of Wands, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Magician in reverse. Okay, so your challenge here, Aquarius, is the Three of Wands. It looks like you want to take a trip, you want to release yourself from something, you're waiting for the next phase, the next journey to happen in your life. We're going to clarify this and see what the message here is for you in a moment. In the recent past, you have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Judgment. I'm definitely getting here in the past, Aquarius, that a lot of you felt restricted. You felt stuck. You felt like you couldn't move. You felt like there was a situation that you were put in that was drying up. It wasn't really giving you any life anymore. There was definitely some sort of conflict here in the past. You didn't agree with someone. Maybe your point of view of a certain situation was completely different from someone else. And what that did for many of you in the past, Aquarius, was it made you realize, you know what, maybe I need to make a change here. Maybe something here needs to change. Okay, I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy, something has to change. Okay, so you realized in the past that because of a conflict, because of a situation that held you back, you wanted to be released from it. Okay, we're going to clarify and see in a moment. In the present moment, you have the Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Three of Cups. I see you celebrating in the present moment because a lot of you have been able to take your power back. In the present moment, I see you definitely striving to move forward in some sort of situation that has been very testing for you. We're going to clarify this and see in a moment. In the near future, you have the Empress, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. So in the near future, I see a lot of you coming to terms with the truth. Okay, so either you hear truth, you see information, news information that makes you realize, like, wow, I'm allowing this situation to stress me out when it doesn't need to. There's something here, Aquarius, about you shifting your focus in the near future, big time. There's a big shift that's going to be coming in for you. I'm seeing her with the Empress and the Nine of Swords. Okay, we're going to clarify all of this and see what's happening in a moment. Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Magician in reverse, the Five of Cups upright, the Hermit in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Strength in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. A lot of you don't know where you stand with a specific person. In some way, shape, or form, you've given up on a specific individual or person. You're no longer in your head about this situation. You are trying to manifest yourself possibly to a new level. And that's what I'm seeing here with your challenge with the Three of Wands. You're waiting for your ships to come in to finally make that move. What you don't see coming is that a lot of you are reminiscing about something here that may be draining your energy, okay? So there's something here about you focused on a breakup, focused on maybe something here that hasn't worked out in your favor. And what you're not seeing is that there's so many more opportunities, Aquarius, for you that you could be focusing your energy and your mind on. But there is a situation here that you keep looking at and you're like, wow, why didn't that work out? Or, oh, that wasn't fair. Or, oh, that shouldn't have happened. But, the way you're looking at this situation, Aquarius, it's like there's 20 other opportunities over here that you're missing. This is what the Five of Cups talks about in tarot. It talks about somebody who's so focused on everything that went wrong instead of focusing on the opportunities that they have behind them, okay? So there's definitely some opportunities that are coming in for you. But the question is, are you going to be aware enough to see those opportunities that come in? It will be up to you, okay? So let's get into your reading and let's see what's going on. All right, so Aquarius, first card I'm going to clarify for you is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. Your biggest challenge here for this coming week is for you to recognize how you want to approach your life. Okay, there's two very distinct type of ways that a lot of you can choose how to approach your life. It looks like the common thread that I see here for you, Aquarius, is you want happiness. You want someone to love. You may even want a family. You want someone that you can turn to and say, you know what, I want to share my emotional happiness with you. But the challenge for you, and the reason why a lot of you don't feel like things are moving forward, and there will be a period of time where there is some sort of stagnation because of the Mercury retrograde that's happening at the end of the month. No problem, that's fine. But the reason why this stagnation is happening is because a lot of you need to get clear on how you want to approach this vision that you have. There's a vision that you have, long-term vision when it comes to your emotional state of being. Okay, so it's either you choose to approach the situation haphazardly with passion and just going for it, or choosing to be logical. And this is where your challenge comes in, right? Because a lot of you like to kind of do things on a whim or do things without really committing yourself to it. And that may need to change. And this is something that a lot of you are going to be processing during this Mercury retrograde, that if you have this vision and you want it, how are you approaching it? How are you approaching this vision, this idea that you have in your life? What type of actions are you taking? What type of things do you have to plan and prepare for? Okay, this is your challenge. This is what I'm seeing. Now, let's clarify the recent past. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is clarified by the Devil. You have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. In the recent past, you were involved with someone who was very toxic. It could have been a purely, casual relationship that you were in. A lot of you wanted more, but I feel like this person in the past was so focused on maybe the lustful action, the lustful behaviors of the relationship more than they were into this vision that you have, because the vision that a lot of you have, it's something more than something just casual. A lot of you are tired, or you've become tired in the recent past of casual interactions with people. It's no longer you wanting to be in this place of superficiality. You want something more. Now, I am seeing in the recent past there was some sort of conflict. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is clarified by the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Cups. There was definitely a lot of love here in the past between you and this person, but I'm seeing that somebody here didn't take action, okay, on a promise. There was maybe a promise to marry, to engage. That never happened. And a lot of you started to realize, you know what, I better wake up. I better wake up from this dream. There was some sort of dream that you were possibly in, Aquarius, in the past, where you had some sort of expectation, and that expectation didn't pan through. Okay, so as a result of that, a lot of you went through some sort of awakening here in the past. Tell me more about the Judgment in the recent past for Aquarius. So the Judgment is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Tower. A lot of you are tired of feeling anxiety, fear, and stress. Somebody here also, I'm really getting for a small percentage of you, someone here threatened a breakup. They said, we might as well just kind of break up here. And you may have gotten to this point, Aquarius, where you were like, okay, that's fine. There's something here that you started to accept that you knew wouldn't change in the past. Now, in the present moment, I see something here about celebrating. You are definitely trying again. There could be an offer, an opportunity coming in. Tell me more about the King of Wands for Aquarius in the present moment. So the King of Wands is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Moon. So there's the Five of Cups that we were talking about that was at the bottom of the deck. It is showing up in the present moment. So many of you are not seeing something clearly. And it's very clear that that's evident because the Moon is here. The Moon always hides things. It hides our emotions. It hides things from us. So for many of you right now, you're not seeing something for the full picture here. So the question a lot of you need to ask yourself in the present moment, if you want to spiritually advance during this time of a lot of confusion, there's a need for you to identify what you're not seeing in the present moment. Some of you are just launching forward and just doing things, but it doesn't really make sense, okay? In order for a situation to make sense, you need to look at it from multiple different perspectives, and I feel like that's something that a lot of you may decide to do, okay? Now, let's clarify the Nine of Wands in the present moment. Nine of Wands is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Fool, and the Strength. Some of the things that you can't see right now in the present moment, Aquarius, is the fact that someone here wants to try again with you. Someone here hasn't completely given up on you. I do see a love offer coming in, but I also see you rejecting it because you're not really in touch with the possibility of having a new beginning. A lot of you are still stuck on the fact that things didn't work out. Okay, and there is an opportunity here to reconcile. There is an opportunity here to celebrate. But if you don't see the situation for what it is and you don't see the opportunities available to you, then a lot of you may miss that, okay? So there's something here about you needing to look at something from a different perspective in the present moment. Near future, you have the Ace of Swords here. It looks like you're going to be receiving a lot of truth and clarity, but there's a lot of anxiety here surrounding receiving the truth or knowing the truth. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords for Aquarius in the near future. So the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Four of Wands. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Emperor. There's a lot of fear and anxiety because you have this vision. I'm going to go back to the vision that you have because it's really, really strong in your reading today. You have a very strong vision here about having a stable, solid connection, one that you know you can rely on forever. The issue that I'm seeing here, and one of the things that you have to be very careful of, Aquarius, is not to project your negative thoughts onto a situation that could be perceived by you in multiple different ways. In the near future, it's going to be really important how you approach this vision that you have, how you approach people, how you approach this vision, how you approach this idea of your future. You will receive some sort of information, truth, and clarity about this situation, and that's going to give you enough information to determine how you need to respond to the situation. Remember how I was saying in terms of your challenge here, you have an ability to approach the situation however you want. You can approach it, Aquarius, from a standpoint of fear and anxiety, Nine of Swords. Okay, this is one option, possibility. Or you could choose to approach this situation in the near future from the Empress perspective, which is to focus on what? Growth. Learning stability, learning how to create for yourself, not needing to, the Empress does not go to the store and buy something and create something. The Empress creates it from her own resources within herself. Okay, so gender doesn't matter in tarot, but whatever you decide to do in the near future, it's going to be based on how you respond. This is what you're learning now. This is what the whole entire Mercury retrograde is about for you. Okay, so what is this truth and clarity that is coming into your life? What is this truth and clarity that's coming in? Yeah, you have a decision to make here in the near future, because it's very clear that for many of you, you have the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. There's a brand new love offer coming in. What you've always wanted is what you're going to be manifesting. But the question is, how are you going to approach the situation? You have the Two of Pentacles. You can approach it this way, or you can approach it that way. You can approach it from fear and anxiety, or you can approach it from the Empress standpoint. I'm going to create my own reality. I'm going to do what serves me and what is good for me in order for me to be happy and see my vision through, okay? So let's get some advice for you. What is the advice for Aquarius? Okay, so the advice here for you is the Four of Wands. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Your advice here is to recognize what it is that you're holding on to. What is it that you're holding on to? Are you holding on to this vision? Are you holding on to this, this idea of wanting a relationship? If that's the case, okay, whatever it is, some of you want financial stability. Others of you, you know, want to buy a home, you want a relationship, whatever this vision is. A lot of you need to recognize that an opportunity will come in. And some of you may not be open to this opportunity because you may not believe that it's good enough for you. But one of the things that you need to recognize, Aquarius, is number one, it's all about how you approach the situation, because this investment, this situation can go either way. It's still a seed. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being a seed. Wherever you plant it, however you plant it, whenever you plant it, that's going to determine if you see your vision through, okay? So really ask yourself what you're holding on to, why you're holding on to this situation, and what you're going to do to actually make this seed grow into something that you really want, okay? So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.